All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to No Shelf Control, episode 3. Got a pretty fun episode for you guys today. We're going to break it down into a couple different segments. The first segment we're going to have today is really just, I realize this is a pretty early podcast and only have a few episodes. And a lot of you guys, whoever's still watching, some of you might know us, some of you might not. I think it's a good idea to get to know us, mainly as collectors. So we're each going to go around the table, ask some questions, mostly around collecting, and kind of, give you an idea of what we care about, what we collect, some personal grails. From there, once we do that, we will talk about new toy reveals. There's been some cool stuff announced this week, so we got some exciting reveals to talk about. And then once we wrap that up, we will show our weekly pickups, as we do always. So with that being said, I'll start off the round of questions. So for today, the first question that I have, and I'll kind of open the floor for this one. Rarest thing you've ever found in the wild?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a great question.
I have to think about that.
I might have one. I don't know if it counts in the wild, but I have one. The first thing that comes to mind.
All right, what is it?
All right. When we first started getting, this was, I think it was 2020, when we just like everyone else, when we started getting back into Pokemon cards, we were heavy into cards for 2020. And we got the first ETB that we got had this huge chase shiny Charizard in it. And
Champion's Path was the name of the ETB.
And it was just to this day still probably the best hit that we've ever had. There's been other great cards, but that one, the first time ever, I thought that's what collecting Pokemon was going to be like.
Going to always be like, they'll just always be available. Yeah, right.
Guys, times have changed.
And it turns out that ETB, it was Champion's Path, and it was super hard to get. But all we had done before that, we had bought just a random pack of cards at GameStop. They told us when we got the pack, they're like, hey, we have this Champion's Path box if you guys want it. But we didn't really understand how sought after it was. And then once we opened the one pack, we're like, well, this is fun. Got the ETB, got the Charizard, and from there
we went back to that GameStop. We were like, we'll take that ETB, and he's like, sorry.
Yeah, we had to
so
get
we
it
hunted.
That's a good
He
one.
was literally trying to sell it to us. He's like, the box is $50. The card in it alone's probably worth $50. The promo, it'll pay for itself. And I'm like, pass.
I really haven't found anything. It's funny. I was gonna say that same story because that was the most shocking. But I don't know. I feel like now it feels rare, but when Magic had a crossover with Lord of the Rings, it was they had them at Target for quite a few.
Those were really cool. The Magic Lord of the Rings crossover. I remember that.
Yeah, and they were in the store for a little while, maybe a week or something. It wasn't like they all sold out on the first day, but I grabbed basically one of each thing. And I bought a big collector box, a bundle, I think they call them in Magic, but I never opened it. So that's sealed, and that's worth a lot more than what I paid for it. So now it's more rare, but that was it's exciting to have that in my collection, even though I don't play Magic. It's unopened. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Michael, what about you?
So I went down a really, really, really bad Micro Galaxy Squadron rabbit hole last year.
We all know.
Bad. Really, I went from having nothing to having a pretty sizable collection in a very short period of time.
I did the same thing with TBC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I started collecting, believe it or not, Luke's land speeder, for whatever reason, was one of the rarest things. It went for over $100 on eBay. And part of it is because it was a chase.
Oh.
but also distribution of this line is notoriously bad. So they just never hit store shelves. So like there were a few of them out there and that was it. And then out of nowhere, people started saying that they were popping up at Ross.
Always
So
Ross.
I started checking, and after like maybe a few trips, I walk up to the pegs and there were 6 of them.
Oh, great feeling.
6.
Wow.
And I was like,
I need this.
like, oh my God. So I bought 5. The reason I bought 5, it was not to scout them. I got 2 for me, 1 to open, 1 to keep in box. And then the other 3 that I got, I'm in like Facebook groups where people trade and like at fair value. So I traded them or sold them at like basically what I paid.
All right, that's
Nice.
respectable.
And you know that Ross.
My thing is like if I leave. Sorry, what?
I was just gonna say, you know, that employee at Ross that was stocking the shelves was like, oh,
No
some
idea.
Star Wars stuff.
Yeah,
like,
no idea.
Stupid little Star Wars things. But yeah, dude, this is a great little thing. And dude, hundreds of dollars on eBay. Can everyone see that?
Yeah, $3.99.
$4.
Wow.
Yeah,
When
that's
did you
incredible.
pick that up?
What'd you say?
When was that? When did you get it?
This was a while ago. This was like, I don't know, before like last year sometime. I think maybe in the fall.
Yeah,
But-
for me,
but yeah,
I
that's
would
mine.
say it was probably 2021 or 2022. So for people who aren't familiar with the G.I. Joe Classified line, when the line first came out, I think it was around 2020, 2021. Distribution was terrible because of COVID. And they had a horrible system set up where they were doing Cobra Island figures, which were Target exclusives. And it was characters that everybody wanted, but they were making them Target exclusive, extremely hard to find. And back then, I wasn't too big into the line, but, I still like them. I pick them up here and there. I remember going to a random Target and seeing 2 Cobra Vipers. Now, for you guys, you don't really know G.I. Joe too well, but Cobra Vipers are really sought after, important soldiers for Cobra. Saw 2 of them on the pegs. At the time, they were going for about $150 each on eBay, and I got one for retail. Like still to this day, that toy hunt, it wasn't even a toy hunt. I was literally going to Target with my ex to just grab random stuff. And obviously, like I have to pop in the toy up.
Yeah, dip it. You're not.
But dude,
That's what it makes
every
it
time.
even better.
Yeah, it was very unexpected. I remember I grabbed one, but that was like, whoa, that stood out to me as probably one of the most like rarest finds that I've had.
Super
Cool. All right, next question I have is, what's one toy line you wish could be resurrected? If we're from the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s. I can go first since I already have one in mind if you guys want to think for a minute. For me, I would absolutely love to see a line of Small Soldiers toys make a comeback. Like, dude, if NECA or I don't know, Jada, if they got the license to do
Jada got the Small Soldiers license,
dude, that would be absolutely incredible. Like just a highly articulated line of Small Soldiers figures, I would go insane for that.
It's so funny. Like I haven't thought of that franchise, and like it's like a forgotten memory.
Yeah,
I
it's
watched
so classic.
that movie so much as a kid.
A classic.
Yeah. You know what's crazy too? I watched it like not too long ago, a few months ago. It holds up like absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
What a throwback. That's a great one, Andrew.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, I have one. I love like kind of like statues and static figures. Like I'm more of the like sculpture kind of guy than the posing kind of guy. The fan of like those kind of things. And I love like animation and like stylized characters. And so like the mid 2000s when they had like the Toys to Life boom, like we had, like Skylanders, Amiibos, Lego, but Disney Infinity, I feel like I really loved those figures. Like I still have a few of them, like Obi-Wan, Anakin,
They
Yoda,
look
Ahsoka.
great.
Like they're well painted, like they just were well manufactured. They looked good, and I saw like a big leak of what they were going to make before it got canceled, and they were going to do like a big like 10-inch Vader with like lights and sounds and all these different things, and it just never happened. And there's so many like MCU characters they had on the pipeline that were never going to happen. But I just really liked, like, I didn't even use the game, but I liked the figures.
Nice.
Yeah. You know what's funny? When I first got my current job, because I like needed stuff to fill my office, and there was just in the room full of like just like office supplies and stuff. There were two of those figures you're talking about, an Anakin and an Ahsoka. I still have them on my desk.
Nice. They came packaged with the game, I think. Those two.
Nice. Yeah, they're cool looking. They're really cool looking.
Yeah, they're good. Do
Nice.
you have
Mike,
any
are you going with small soldiers?
No. I agree with you, but I got my own.
What are you going with?
So Beyblades, but like the old Beyblades, the ones that like could make you bleed. Like I know that sounds like, I feel like a Gen Xer saying that because like it's like nah, like when toys were like meant to, but like no, like really, like I remember Andrew, you built. I don't remember what parts it was.
I do.
You built a Beyblade, and it was like if you spun it and went to pick it up, like it would break your skin.
Yeah,
like,
it was unstoppable. It was unstoppable. It was Bump King and Metal Drasil. Those were the two Beyblades that I made it with.
Right.
Yep.
Wow.
And it got lost. I remember that
all
Beyblade
of them did.
was
We had
on
so
my
many.
mind for a solid 3 years. I was like, what happened to that Beyblade? They still make Beyblades, but they're not. They're not. What they used to be.
No. Yeah.
Not at all.
So
Nice. That's a good one.
The
Brooke,
crazy
did you have
thing
one?
is,
Well, it's hard. I'm bouncing around. I keep going to different options. Obviously, some of mine are things you guys were never interested in, like little girl toys. But one thing I did love growing up that I don't see much now in stores are tech decks. I love
yeah.
And I loved we had at one point we had like a little skate park. It was like a little, and you could grind on things. I loved my tech deck. And a few, yes. And a few, maybe a year or two ago, Billy in Target had found like a collector Homer Simpson tech deck. I don't know if you guys.
It wasn't even that long ago, but it's
a big
tall,
one, and it's not like something you would use like a kid would play with, but it's cool. Like I feel like it was kind of nostalgic for kids who played with tech decks, but I feel like that's something that's just kind of died off. There's probably a few Target, but it's not. There used to be a whole section. It was so popular.
It was as big as Hot Wheels at one point.
For sure.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Great answers.
I keep thinking of answers to the questions as we keep going.
I know. We could go on.
Do you guys remember scanners?
Yes. Scanners.
Wasn't that so much fun?
So much fun.
Yes. Were they barcodes?
The barcodes, yeah.
Yup. And you get monsters and stuff, and 9 times out of 10 it would be nothing, but it was still so much fun. Just running around the house scanning things.
Dude,
grocery shopping, scanning things.
I have never been more excited to have to go grocery shopping with mom.
I know.
Like they made that in mind, like just to make the parents' lives easier.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like your kid's gonna have something to do while you're grocery shopping. Yeah, you'll each get one.
Honey, go grab me some steaks. Yeah, Mom, I got it.
Right.
Those are great. Nice, great answers. Yeah, I'll do one more question, then I'll pass it off to whoever. Michael, I think you're going next. All right, most slept on figure in your collection. And when I say slept on, really what I'm referring to is something you might have gotten a couple years ago, but it might not even be on prominently displayed. But when you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, that's a great figure. I mean, something like along those lines. For me, and Billy or whoever's editing this video, I'll send you a picture of it so you can put it up. but the SH Figure Arts Buzz Lightyear figure from the Lightyear movie, I feel like that movie came and went very quickly. It's not really in a lot of people's minds, but if you were collecting around the time that movie came out, the talk of the town amongst the collectors community was this SH Figure Arts Lightyear figure. I don't even have it displayed right now. I think it's still packed away, but it just kind of popped into my mind. To this day, one of SH Figure Arts' best figures. Thing was incredible. Just came with a bunch of different hands. Just looked great. Just a really, really cool figure that I think is slept on in my collection.
Bold take.
Yeah.
That's the best SH.
It's one of them. One of the best SH figures, I'll say.
Okay.
And I feel like if you ask a lot of SHF collectors, they'll probably say the same thing.
And this is where we show it.
I don't know. For me, like, I feel like I've built a collection over the last probably 5 years or so, 5 or 6 years. And I feel like all the things that I've gotten in the last year or so are probably all my favorites, or things that I just really love. There is a little Harry Potter. We'll have to put in a picture, but I think it's Q-Fig. It's a Q-Fig. And it is
quantum mechanic.
Yeah, and it's something that Billy had gotten me, and I had seen them here and there. Like, I think there was some like, I don't see them out in stores super often, but at one point my dad and I had like a Loot Crate subscription, and sometimes there'd be different figures in there and stuff, so I knew of the brand. But it's this little Harry Potter figure, and he has, like, the details are just, it's stylized, it's really cute, but his glasses are like actual little pieces of, clear plastic, and they just really stand off of his face, and it's just a really cute, fun figure. It's so small. I wish it could take up more of a space so you could enjoy it more. But so it's not like it's amongst my shelf of other things, so it's kind of hidden in there, but it's a really great figure. I love it. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. I got one. I'll go pick him up, actually.
Oh, who is this? Oh, boy.
All right, so this is from Dragon Ball GT. It's a gigantic, like, 20-inch golden braided Vegeta. No, Goku, I'm sorry. And it is like, I want to say it's Ichiban Kuji figure, but like, I looked it up one time, and this guy is probably going for, like, see, he has dust all over him. But like, he's just in the corner of my toy collection, but like, he's going, I think, for like $350, maybe like more in the box. And like, I don't see any point of selling him. His tail's falling off, but like, I love this guy, but he's just like sits in the corner and gets dust.
What did you pay for him?
I think he was only like 80 to 120, something like that.
You have this ability to just get stuff that like skyrockets in value, which is like
always. Yep.
Which is crazy, because like, I mean, I'm sure eventually we'll talk about like why we collect, but like it's just like, I don't know, it's insane. Like, I don't know, if I collected for value, I would be very bad at it.
Well, I am too, because someone out there would probably love this way more than me. And I'm like, yellow monkey.
Mine.
All right, Michael, what do you got?
So I actually thought about this the other day, but the Black Series Zeb.
Nice.
Yeah, you actually sold this to me. So like, I really wanted a set of Rebels figures, and you had one, and they were going for a lot of money at the time. This was before the re-release. So you sold me the whole set at a very fair price, and I picked this up. I was rearranging my shelves, and I just started playing around with them a little bit more. Like, how, like, when you get my voice is awful. I'm like sick, by the way. No, but like, how when you get a bunch of figures all at once, like, sometimes you don't really appreciate each of them individually. Like, you just see them as a whole.
100%.
That was definitely like this. But like, dude, this figure is The sculpt is amazing. The paint detail on the face is fantastic. It's like got color gradients all over it. I'm not even joking. It's got pinned double jointed knees, which is really like the most outdated thing about it. They could never make this again, like never re-release it, and I'd be fine with this. Like it's back.
Yeah, that's the one Rebels figure that
Hold them up.
I guess
yeah, like I'm just looking like even his like he can look up a good amount. Like he can't look down much, but he's got that beard. So
yeah.
But like his staff is like it's gimmicky, like it goes in and out, and
Still
like
fun.
it's fun. It's a little bit oversized from like
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be in the show, but dude, he poses fantastic, and he's got like the extra like cat ankle thing,
the jittering
nice.
or whatever.
and then his when he doesn't want to use the staff, it like pegs into the back, which is awesome too. Like that's a fun gimmick.
I think they did a really good job of blending the art style of Rebels and also making it a little bit realistic. I think they did a good job with that.
Which they don't always do. So like I feel like when they do it, they really deserve the credit because like this is what that looks like done well. I mean the Hera and Sabine from that line also or from that wave also look good. The only ones that don't, like I don't think the Kanan is a good one, and I don't think the Ezra is a good one.
I didn't care for those.
Yeah, they are not made all evenly.
Yeah. I am very excited about the Zeb from Mandalorian and Grogu coming out in the Black Series very soon.
That'll be a cool update.
That's going to be one where like
update, just a new.
Yeah, it's a complete, it's its own thing. Yeah. That's probably going to be one because they're doing first edition waves or versions of those figures too. So that's one where probably the only one from that wave that I'll get a first edition one just to keep in the box and then one to open.
That's one I'm excited about.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Before we move on, anything else? Any other answers or thoughts?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to circle back to answer number one because the rarest find, at one point in time, they did Simpsons Funko Pops.
Nice.
And they did like 3 characters. I think I think there were a few. They did like the main family and like Krusty the Clown. And they like lost the license temporarily. And there's a local shop and they had a few like older pops. And I knew at that point in time that Homer was worth like a few hundred. And I walked in there, saw Homer for $15, had to grab it.
Nice.
Great find.
You just made me think of one.
I know it's endless. It's a
All right, real quick tangent. I worked in a mall for a very long time, and like I left on good terms, but I really hated it. And recently I revisited that mall and went to the spot where the store I worked at used to be. And not only did it go out of business, but now it's a toy store.
That's awesome.
So it's like the ultimate irony. So I go in, right? And I'm looking around and like I'm like just thinking about like the tens of thousands of steps I've taken on that floor. And I look up and they have this is before the re-release of the Bad Batch figures. Do you remember that? You were with me.
I know it. Yep, I remember.
It had the Black Series Hunter for $25, and at the time he went for like a minimum of 60, and I wanted him so bad. And
I remember that. That was hype.
That was karma for all the crap you put up with in that room.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. Anyway, all right, now we can move on.
All right, cool.
You have
whoever wants to go next for questions.
Apologies for our viewers. I think we're all getting over something. We're like,
yeah.
I got one.
Okay.
I just have one though, and then that's really it. But all right. What is your comfort toy? So like something that when you're down or like when you feel like you need to just disconnect for a minute, like your favorite thing to pick up and just mess with.
Nice.
So I will go first. Oh, actually, I don't have it on me. That's ironic. It's my Black Series Anakin. And it happened by accident. Like, I didn't have a Black Series Anakin for a very long time. I took like a break from collecting Black Series and missed the whole archive wave where he came out. And then it took them forever to re-release him. But then they did re-release him, and they released him for the San Diego Comic-Con set. So I was one of the lucky people who was able to score one on Hasbro Pulse because that set went very fast. And I was so hyped to have it that I just brought it everywhere with me.
Didn't you bring it on vacation?
Did.
What'd you say?
Didn't you bring him on vacation?
I was just gonna say there's a picture on my my Etsy shop's Instagram account of him on the beach making a comment about the sand.
Nice.
Yeah, but like what ended up and I just had him because I was hyped to have him and I wanted to bring him everywhere and play with him and pose him. But then like over time, I started associating good memories with that figure.
Yeah.
So like every time I would pick it up and mess with it, it would just instantly give me that like a dopamine hit, but also like a calming effect. So
Yeah,
that's my go-to.
nice.
I love that.
And I'll just like even like, and it's sorry not to keep going, but like Billy has an Anakin behind him, and like Billy, I sometimes make questionable jokes about Anakin killing children.
Never. No.
Never.
Not
So
me.
like I'll pose him up, and then I'll also like think of Billy saying something stupid, and it'll make me laugh on top of it, you know. But like, yeah. So anyway,
All good stuff.
anyone can jump in.
What about you, Andrew?
I'll honestly say for me, it's any Transformers figure. You know, I can just sit and just mess around with a figure going back and forth. It's just, it's like a fidget, but it's a calming effect. And I have such good association to Transformers in general. I just, you know, when I first got into Transformers, it was such just like an innocent, pure time in my life. You know, like early 2006-ish, I remember. So I just have such fond memories of collecting those early movie figures. And just any time when I'm kind of stressed out or I feel like fidgeting, I'll just pick up a Transformers figure and you know, turn it back and forth. The one I have in front of me right here is this Rodimus Prime. I'll turn my background off for a second just so you can see it a little better. Yeah, this Hot Rod figure from the Studio Series wave. Just in general, man, I mean, it's hard to explain, but going back to around the time I was getting into this, I just have such fond memories. I don't know why, but I have an association with Kmart in Cape Cod when it comes to Transformers, especially like Galvatron and Hot Rod. So yeah, just messing around with these, I have such a good association, and it just always kind of calms me down and just makes me feel good.
Nice.
I love that.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool. We didn't have many Transformers when I was growing up, but anytime I was like in a waiting room or, you know, maybe my brothers had some, I don't know. But anytime I picked up on the fact that it was a Transformer, I was so excited because I love, like what you said, it's like a fidget, like figuring out how it goes back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
it's usually so satisfying too, like getting the pieces to snap together and fit into place. It's such a satisfying dopamine hit when you get it together. Yeah, I love it. Something I will always collect. Even, you know, like right now, on just a little Transformers tangent. But for me, when I started collecting, probably 2023, like really collecting, getting back into it, because I collected them as a kid, and then I sold off my collection and didn't buy any for years. But for me, my main goal was like, okay, I want to establish, you know, a G1 style Autobot Decepticon team, Beast Wars figures. And in the past couple of years, they've put out probably the best versions of these characters that they'll ever put out, whether it's from, you know, their War for Cybertron trilogy, any of the main, you know, I think they call it Chug, which really is just the Generations line of Transformers. So I've been able to put together such a good collection of the core characters not even the core characters, just anybody that made an appearance in the G1 show throughout the seasons. I was like, I want one of those for my collection. So I have such just a good collection that brings me joy. I can't wait to one day be able to display them all.
Heck yeah.
That's such like a proud moment when you like jump into something a little bit late, but then like you finally get to a point where it's like, I would show this off.
Yeah.
And also like Transformers, those are out of all of the figures in my collections, those ones, they don't only hold value, but they increase in value significantly. So I mean, by far out of all of my core collections, they're the most valuable that I have.
Nice, dude. All right, did you go? Oh no, you haven't gone.
No, I haven't. I don't know. For me, we'll get into kind of what we collect. I don't mean to be a broken record about the same franchises, but those are really, when I started collecting, I really said, like, I want to collect Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. That's a lot of what I have. But I think for me is looking back at like some of the books that I have. Like I have a Harry Potter set of they're like these huge illustrated Harry Potter books, and I have up to a certain one. I think I have 4 or 5 of them, but I love to look at those. I love to look at all the pictures. Like I've read the books. I'm not always looking to reread them. I'm at the point where I'm ready to reread them, but I love to look at those. And then more recently, I got a set of Harry Potter books that are all pop-up, which is really cool. It's super cool. Interactive, and that I just think they're so neat. And it's funny, like we'll talk about in-box and out-of-box collecting, but I have a hard time unsealing, like taking the plastic, the packaging off of the book. Because I just always have it in my head, like once I open it, it's not worth anything, even though I'm never getting rid of it. But I love looking at those books, and even if I'm not reading them, just checking those out. That's always, I enjoy that. And this is like kind of similar, but not. I love doing puzzles, and so I have like certain like puzzles related to different fandoms, and I find that so relaxing and fun. And I'm just always looking for different ways to experience those fandoms that I love so much, and like those are easy ways to do it.
Absolutely.
Because I don't have as many like posable figures and things like that. More just like shelf warmers. So
this question is so hard for me to answer because I don't know. I can't like narrow down when I can't just collect one thing. Like I love all sorts of franchises. So like I feel like I have a few answers, and that's cheating. But like I gotta run through the garden here for a second. Like I gotta say my Hot Toys Stitch is probably the most fun I've just ever had with a toy in my life. Just like the size of it, like the detail, like how easy it is to pose, the fact that accessories and clothing items fit on him. Like he's like endless fun for me. That's just a toy that like I usually want to display everything, and it's so expensive, but like I play with that thing. The other thing, I have this bobblehead Yoshi that my dad got me for Christmas one year, and it was like a time where like my parents were like not buying me as many toys for birthdays and holidays and stuff. And that was like the one toy I could really remember getting that year. And it always just was so important to me. Like anytime I'm like walking through the collection, I'll just like knock its head and like watch it bobble. It's just like I'm happy it's there. It's always going to stay in the collection. And then the third thing is like in the 90s, I loved those. Do you guys remember the Pokemon Power Bouncers? They were those little clear balls with the Pokemon.
Yes. Yeah.
And like, these days, like if you have them sealed, even unsealed, like the crap condition, like you could sell them for, make a little fortune off of them. But I have a lamp filled with them just because like, how else do you display a bouncy ball? But I have this clear lamp that's just like filled with these balls but I have one that is in horrible condition that sits in like the glove compartment of my car, and every now and then I'll just like pick it up and throw it. Because like I used to bite these things open and free the Pokemon, and I had dozens of them.
And now people are like, "Don't touch it.
No,
You're
Yeah.
gonna sell it on eBay." And you're
Probably
right.
been to the doctor a few times because of all the rubber I ate.
Nice.
Yeah.
I guess a segue. Did you have another question, Mike, or should I segue
No.
over? I think we all kind of touched on some of these things, but for people who don't know us, they might not. They can probably catch on to the different things that we're interested in. But what are the fandoms that you collect the most? Yeah, I mean that could be a pretty short answer.
Yeah, I'll go first. For me, it's pretty broad, but I try to keep it relatively contained. But for me, the main ones that I collect, the first big, line of figures I started collecting back in 2019, late 2019, early 2020 was Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends was huge for me. I've slowed down on Legends really just because I have most every character that I'm going to want. And there's only so many, updates they can make of a Spider-Man or a Captain America figure. So for me, Marvel Legends are big. Star Wars Black Series, G.I. Joe Classified. It's a phenomenal line of figures. I'll probably continue to collect those. I'm not a completionist with those, but great line of figures I collect. DC, McFarlane DC figures. I'm, half excited, half anxious about the Mattel line coming because I'm worried that's going to be another hole in my wallet to collect. But that's been it will be. That's been a really fun line to collect. Transformers, again, like I was saying earlier, I have mostly every character I want, but Transformers are a big one for me. And then video game figures, I really, a good Kratos figure I showed, I think last week or the week before. Kratos is fun. Just video games that I've played, I like to have action figures for them if I can. I think that's really mainly, Star Wars, Marvel Legends, Transformers. I mean NECA too, but NECA is such a broad. They make so many different licenses, but horror movie figures, Ninja Turtles, Predator, Alien, all of that kind of stuff I'm super into, and that's really it. I mean, when I look at my action figure wish list, those are the main categories I have.
Nice.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What about you, Mike?
I'm probably, I don't know. You guys know my toy room. I'm probably
We know, but
70.
Yeah.
I'm probably 70% Star Wars in my toy room, with like other stuff sprinkled in. So I would say the two biggest lines I collect are Black Series for sure is number one, and then probably a second at this point would be Micro Galaxy Squadron. And then
Hey, rabbit hole's deep.
Yeah, and then after that, it would probably be Marvel Legends.
You have a pretty decent
Marvel
NECA collection too.
Yeah, it's not. I can't remember the last NECA figure I got. NECA's one of those things where, like, to me, they're statues. Like, I don't really pose them out. Like, I love my NECA figures. Like, don't get me wrong, but like my NECA Annabelle, like, I put her in the case and she's awesome. I love having her there, but like I don't ever need another one,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I don't ever need to replace her or anything. So, and the same thing with like the Ghostface figure. Like I'm not going to display him with like the glow in the dark mask or like anything gimmicky like that. Like I'm going to display him like I saw him in the movie.
Yeah.
So I don't have like a ton of those, but yeah, definitely Marvel Legends would be number 2. And then I'm kind of all over the place with everything else. So I have some McFarlane toy figures, but not anything like crazy. I'm not I'm not a huge McFarlane person, but there's some that are pretty decent. And then I've been like really hard into blockies lately. Blockies have been so much fun. I think we've all kind of been down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then let's see. I think
You got
recently,
a decent Hot Toys shelf. Hot Toys, and then you have those Lightning
I was
collection
gonna
figures.
say,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I also have, oh my God, yeah. So I also have my Lightning collection display, which I like because it's one of those displays that I have it up and it's complete. It's done.
Yeah.
You know, like it's the entire first team, Rita, Lord Zed, Zordon, and Alpha. What more do you need? So that's pretty dope to have. And then I'm really excited about one of the Marvel Legends reveals that we're going to talk about tonight, because it's like the one gaping hole on my Spider-Man shelf. So that's going to be awesome. But I have like little small displays. Like I have the Mafex the boys figures, which I really love. I have the Jada Toys Scooby-Doo figures, which are amazing. I can't wait for the next wave. Their Street Fighter figures are awesome. So I'm kind of like, anything I see that I like, that I want to try out, I'll go for it.
Yeah.
I hear
Same.
that.
Rule of cool, you know?
All right, Billy, you go next. I asked the question.
All right. I mean, to copy pretty much what Mike just said in his last sentence, I'm all over the place. Anything that's cool, I kind of want. I think I'd be here all day if I told you every single line or series or franchise I collect. But man, all right.
I mean, I think just judging by what's behind us, you could probably get a good idea of what the rest of the room looks like.
Yeah, I mean, so if I had to say like the two biggest toys I collect, it's absolutely a Funko and Hot Toys. Those are just if I had to get rid of everything but but two things, those are the two that I'd keep. I just love them. But I'm big into video games as well. Like PlayStation, like platforming characters like Ratchet and Clank, Mario, Banjo-Kazooie, like classic things that I grew up with from the 90s. Big Pokemon guy. South Park's a big thing. Star Wars is massive. Marvel's probably like a 50% of the collection, but it's taking a backseat to DC lately.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball, a huge collection. Stitch, I have more Stitch than any mid-30s man probably should have.
You have a lot of Mario stuff too.
A lot of
And
Mario
like
stuff.
Nintendo stuff in general.
Like anything that's like cool. Like I just picked up a Mega Raichu plush.
Dude, I saw that at Target. I wanted it so bad. They had it, I don't know if it was a plush, but it was sorry to cut you off, but it was a Raichu Squishmallow.
Oh yeah,
and dude, I was so close to taking that home with me. I love Raichu, my favorite Pokemon.
Now I might have to go to
our side note, our couches. So like on this half of the room, we have two couches, and we have the biggest Squishmallows that they make. Like instead of having pillows on the couch, we have those giant Squishmallows, and they're all Pokemon. So Raichu would fit in.
Yeah, I have the Pikachu, so I guess I got to go to Target.
I mean, you really don't have a choice.
No choice there. Am I missing anything? Jurassic Park, dinosaurs. A little bit of.
Did we say Star Wars?
Yeah, a little bit of Demon Slayer. Lego. I like Lego. But like the biggest franchises would be, Star Wars, Marvel, Stitch, Mario.
Biggest franchises.
Let me go through them all
again. 10 things, yeah.
Repeats the same set of franchises.
Yeah. So for me, like I said before, I have Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. And I do have some things that are just like TV shows. A lot of Nickelodeon and Disney stuff that I loved as a kid. I have a lot of, mainly when it comes to that type of stuff, I have Funko, a lot of Pops. I have a little Office collection because I love The Office. Those are my big things. As far as like what my collection looks like, it's a lot of different things related to those franchises, and I enjoy that. So I like the hunt of like, oh, here's a new set of Harry Potter figures, or I like looking at my shelves and they're all different shapes and sizes or different styles of characters. I just enjoy that. I like having a bunch of different things of those different franchises. This is so specific, but one thing I do love in my collection. I like the Little People collector sets, which is so silly and so specific, but looking over my shelves
Little
right
People.
now, like Little People. So Billy, my Lord of the Rings ones are upstairs, but like Little People, like from when you were a kid.
Oh, yeah.
They're like baby toys, but they make these collector sets.
They have the boys, I think. Like,
No way.
For adults.
There's a Billy Butcher one, I know for a fact.
Yeah, but
Oh my God.
Very early on when they came out with these, they had Lord of the Rings ones. So somewhere in this company, there is a diehard fan that was like, I want like a little Hobbit.
Well, they know people from like the 80s and 90s grew up a Little People, and they're really capitalizing it.
And the boxes, it doesn't really translate on this screen, but the boxes, every section of the box is super detailed. And my Hobbit ones upstairs, they light up. There's buttons. And I don't open them. Like just the box is all interactive. They're just really fun. So just looking over at some of my shelves. Oh, Billy has he got a little Star Wars.
That's really cool.
Isn't that cool?
Like these are speaking of like in or out of the box, like this is something
that's an inbox thing.
Hang on, wait a minute.
And my Lord of the Rings one's upstairs in the age. So this one says the content age is 13 and up. But mine upstairs, they were like the first few sets that they did of these.
Oh, there we go.
And it said the ages are 0 to 100, which is just like, they just have to put something. But how fun, right?
Yeah, that's fun.
It's just unique. So I like my collection to be made up of all these random types of things. But like Billy, I have a lot of Funko and a lot of Lego. So
one thing I'm not sure how I forgot about it. Michael, you gotta take this.
I'm on it. I'm trying.
I have no idea how I left this one off the list, but Spawn. It's on my t-shirt in my avatar. Spawn is I would put him probably in my top 5 favorite IPs franchises. I have a Spawn collection of all like the early 2000s Spawn figures. Not all of them, but pretty much when I was collecting them hardcore, I was like, any Spawn figure that I like, I'm buying. So I have a whole tote of early 2000s Spawn figures. And then when McFarlane went and they redid and they put out that Spawn Universe line of figures, I pretty much picked up almost every one that they came out with. And if you played around with a DC Multiverse figure, then it's the same kind of engineering as those. But they're really cool, man. That was like my dream come true. I was waiting so long for McFarlane Toys or somebody to do a line of Spawn figures. And yeah, they've been awesome. It's one of my favorite things in my collection. When they put out that Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn figure was what kicked it off. And I think that figure sold like crazy, and they did the Kickstarter. I think when that was so successful, they realized like, all right, it's the people want Spawn. Let's make Spawn figures. So love collecting Spawn stuff.
Isn't it crazy how you could like forget one of the main things you love when you're answering the question?
Unbelievable. I just looked over at my shirt and like, oh yeah, Spawn. How the hell did I leave Spawn? It's literally one of my favorite franchises of all time. Characters.
Yeah, I get that. So looking at the time, why don't we have more questions? We can save some for next time. But Billy did have a good, like a couple. Why don't we just rapid fire a couple fun ones before we move on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, quick
All
answers.
right. Okay. Out of nowhere, you get $10,000. What's the first thing you think of spending it on? And it has to be
Toys.
fun. No response. Yeah, but what specifically? Like, you got to tell me something specific. Like, oh my god, it's a life-size Spawn. Like, boom, done.
I would buy every single figure that's on my wish list, and
Oh, 10 grand
literally
worth.
Oh yeah,
everything.
I would get all the giant Lego sets that I always feel like are too expensive. I would get all the big Lego sets that I want.
Okay, Mike.
So I actually wouldn't buy most of it. I wouldn't use on toys. I would actually use that to remodel my toy room.
Whoa.
Okay.
Creative
Yeah.
answer.
I said
Like-
fun, not practical.
No. That for me is fun. Like thinking of, because it's like part of collecting is like getting new stuff, but it's also like finding new ways to appreciate what you have. And like I firmly believe that like a shelf reset is a way to do that. Because like that's how I rediscovered that Zeb.
Yeah.
You know, like changing it to a shelf and you pick it up and you're like, oh my god, I didn't realize this figure felt this good to pose, you know?
Yeah.
I
That's
just
a good
did.
idea.
I just did that last week. Like, you probably, to the untrained eye, you couldn't tell that I removed like 80 things from the collection, but I just needed to restructure.
Yeah.
So I get
Isn't
it.
it so funny? I could, for every single like shelf swap I've ever done, my wife could come downstairs and have no idea that something's different.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But like to me,
100%.
it's like I just
Oh, it's
realized
so obvious.
like
You swap
major
too?
important things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh. But mine, I don't even know if 10 grand would cover it. I'd want a life-size Iron Man. If I could just get his chest up for 10 grand, I'm doing it.
Sick.
Okay, what's another one?
All right. All right. Of the franchises you like, what fictional world would you choose to live in if you had to, and why?
Good question.
I mean,
I got an
would-
answer like immediately.
Okay.
I think Middle Earth would be too stressful for me. So I would say like Harry Potter, you know, the world, his world,
The magic
Wizarding
world. The
World.
Wizarding World.
Nice. For me, I would honestly say, again, because I'm in a big kick of it, but I would love to live in a world where every problem that arises between two individuals is solved with a duel of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That would be that would be an awesome world to live in. No wars. We're just going to duel this out.
Get my Yu-Gi-Oh. I love that.
That's honestly like, yeah, I'd vote for you.
Really? Okay. I'm gonna go very similar and say Pokemon, because like similarly, we're
That
like,
would be so fun.
instead of people beating each other up, they'd be like, I'm gonna have my Rhyhorn attack your Beedrill. Like,
Yeah, I think Pokemon would be a close second. That sounds like an awesome world to live in.
Like, oh, you have a Magikarp?
Yeah, like you're
Yes.
walking down the street, there's a nice little stream, and this like Squirtle comes up. You're like, oh, be my friend, get in this ball. Sounds great.
That's a great answer. Wish I thought about that.
There's mythicals. You could just like, it's totally normal to set off at age 10, go on a journey, life-changing journey, spend your whole life trying to find like a Mew, die never having done it, but people praise you. Like, sounds wonderful.
All right, Mike, what's yours?
It would be Star Wars during the like prequel era. Like I don't want to be there when everything blows up and like, you know, we become like a dictatorship, I guess.
Like the twilight of the High Republic.
Yeah, like that era. And I love the idea of being like not a smuggler or like doing anything illegal or anything, but just like I own a ship and I earn money by like, you know, transporting people or like just doing odd jobs. You know what I mean? Like just there's something about the freedom to go literally anywhere I want. It's very appealing to me. And like Star Wars ships are always something that like I've really always loved.
Nice,
So.
good answer.
I knew that
Love
was
that.
going to be your answer, Mike.
Yeah.
Really? Nice.
We'll let this one be the
All right,
last
yeah,
one.
one more. Okay, this one's gonna be a hard one, maybe. Simple but hard. If you had to eliminate one franchise forever, Marvel or DC, which one would you take out?
Not cool.
I don't know, man. That's tough because
Yeah.
my first instinct wants to say DC, but Batman is my favorite superhero of all time.
So let me rephrase it by
that's
saying
so
they
hard.
exist. It exists, like the history exists. It's not being made anymore.
Oh,
Well, that's makes it a little bit easier.
I guess
All right,
I would
no,
say
yeah.
Marvel then.
That makes it a
Same.
little too easy.
same.
Yeah,
All right,
Marvel, we've
answer
gotten
both
so
ways.
much Marvel.
I would say to do away with DC, but I appreciate a lot of DC, especially newer stuff. But I just feel like I am more attached to Marvel.
Yeah, that's a tough.
Superheroes.
Yeah, that's a good question. Hard
But
though.
that's
In
just
terms of
personal
new
taste.
stuff, coming out, like I feel like Marvel had a really, really good run in terms of like movies, and like DC, like they have like a lot of history with like animation and comic books and everything, but like they haven't really had their spotlight like where they get their good stretch like doing movies. So I definitely want them to have their time to shine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I
if Marvel
kinda-
never made another movie, we still have an amazing back catalog of movies to watch.
Right,
DC,
right.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
And I kind of
Yeah.
feel the same way. Like I don't feel like I have to repeat all your guys' answers because they were perfect. But, like, love Marvel.
Thank
They're a huge part in my collection, but I kind of want DC's renaissance to happen.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm the
for
odd
sure.
one out. But no, when you explain it that way, yeah, I agree with that. I think we're on the cusp of Marvel slowing down and
Yeah.
DC taking off, so it's an interesting time. So I guess that's a good segue for you guys if you want to share the new Hasbro.
yeah, we'll talk some toy
Hasbro
reveals
Legends.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly,
pull up
this
the
week
thing.
really, this week mainly the biggest reveals that have been shown were Marvel Legends. They had a fan stream. Transformers had one today, but nothing too crazy drop. But we'll show some of the
Yeah, give me one
new Marvel Legends reveals. Yeah. So this is more of a package refresh of the final swing suit from Spider-Man No Way Home, which is really cool. It looks like the colors are a little bit different, but mainly just a package refresh. And if you can see that new head sculpt is actually really, really cool. I don't think that's ever been done in definitely never been done in a Spider-Man or in a MCU Spider-Man.
Now, is that like metallic? Like I can't tell by the picture, but like does it have that to it?
Yeah, it looks a little bit metallic. Like if you, I have the Spinal Swing suit that came out like last year or 2 years ago. It has a little bit of a metallic sheen to it, but I'm sure that it's probably just a package refresh with that new head sculpt. If I had to guess, but yeah. Going on to the next one.
Yeah, I like the mask.
And again, if you didn't get it this time, they're giving it again. So they're coming out with another wave of Secret Wars figures from the 80s line. I was too young. I wasn't even alive when the Secret Wars wave came out, but Marvel came out with I think it was Toy Biz at the time owned the license. They came out with a line of toys to go with the Secret Wars comic that was coming out. They're putting out a new Doctor Doom. This figure came with a 2-pack. I think came with was it Monica Rambeau, if I'm not mistaken. That figure ended up hitting, that 2-pack ended up hitting deep discount at Ollie's. I picked it up then. Same exact figure. They added a deco on the chest to be more like the comics, and they gave him his toy accurate gun. So again, if you're a big Doctor Doom fan or you missed that pack, then another chance for you to pick it up.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I have no idea who this is.
Yeah, so this is This is Doc Samson, man. This is a massive Hulk character in the comics. This is
Really?
Yeah, this is one of Hulk's main allies. Mainly an ally, but he, at times he's been his foe. But we have not gotten a Doc Samson figure, I think 2008. So a lot of fans have been asking for this guy. So they're finally putting him out in this new. It's like a Hulk wave of figures, but it's really cool. They're like putting it in a package that is kind of what's the word I'm looking for? A spiritual successor to the Hulk line, the Hulk wave of toys that came out in the 90s. So the packaging is really cool. But yeah, I'm definitely grabbing this guy. I'm excited for him. Need him for my Hulk collection.
Is Doc Samson the guy? Is he who Ty Burrell from Modern Family played in Ed Norton's Hulk?
I'm not too sure, honestly.
I
don't know if he was in.
Somebody.
He might have been in the 2008 Hulk movie. I'm not sure though. I feel like he might have had a cameo, but he didn't play a big part.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to the next one. So yeah, they revealed that they're going to be doing classic costume versions of the villains from the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day. They're doing Boomerang. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on these, honestly. They're cool. I like the idea of what they're doing, giving us classic comic versions that to tie in with the movie waves. Mm-hmm. But cool figure, I might grab them. I don't have a Boomerang in the collection, but a good comic Boomerang that ties with the new movie.
That's a cool idea on their part.
Yeah, and they're doing it again with Scorpion here again.
This looks cool.
A comic version of that classic Scorpion costume with the original tail. If you look at his first couple appearances, that's how his tail was, that blunt rounded end. So the Scorpion coming out, and he comes with an alternate head sculpt as well.
Nice.
And then honestly in on this just to have Elaine Bennis on my shelf.
Oh yeah, so this is really cool. And a lot of people are asking for this. So I figured that they would probably be done with the Thunderbolts. So I'm glad to see this. They're giving us why am I blanking on her name? Dave Fontaine. So they're giving us again, like you said, it'd be cool just to have an Elaine Bennis figure, but a 2-pack of her and the Void. So it's the same, looks like the same sculpt as the first figure we got in that 2-pack of Bob, but looks like there's a new cape on him as well, but the figure is just a bit of a redeco. They might use translucent plastic on him, like a translucent black, but cool 2-pack. I don't know if I'll pick him up. I might not, but we'll see.
That does look cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad they're giving us
really
these two characters. Yeah. They were big characters in the movie.
Yeah.
And then, so the next three figures are, these are cool. So they're giving us concept figures from the Deadpool Wolverine movie. Yeah. So we got 3 of them.
I'm
so excited for this.
I did not think that they were ever going to give us.
Oh my god, dude!
Mainly because they'd had to get the approval from Henry Cavill and his team to do the likeness. I just figured it would be too difficult of a thing to do. But so it's so awesome they're giving us this figure. I'll be grabbing this guy, and then the Deadpool Wolverine costume. If you want to go back,
dude, the Deadpool and Wolverine subline has like a surprisingly tight grip on me. Like I don't know
they're
why,
fun figures.
Like, dude, Cowboy Pool is an awesome figure.
Yeah, really cool. And then again, that Deadpool Wolverine figure, if you want to go back to that real quick.
Oh yeah.
It looks like it's mainly the other one, the Deadpool Wolverine figure. I mean, the Wolverine and Deadpool costume. Yeah, it looks like it's mainly just a redeco of the the suit that the first Wolverine figure that came out. I think it's just a repaint. I can't be sure though. And then obviously it's a new head sculpt, but a fun figure. I'm gonna pass on it, but it's cool they're giving us more. And then back to that,
it honestly looks more like Deadpool than a Wolverine. Like they just did a Deadpool.
Yeah, it's a cool deco.
It's
cool. And then the other one was just the X-Force Deadpool, which is cool.
Sweet.
And then this one.
We go. I'm so happy they're redoing this.
Oh my god, this figure is looking like it's going to. This might be. I think it's coming out this year. This might be in my top contender
Dude.
for some of the figures of the
Wow.
year.
It looks so good. Come
That's
on.
great.
They're putting it in the Spider-Man No Way Home packaging, branded, but
Dude,
this is
that's
obviously, this is the 2002. So I mean, looks like a great figure. Updated articulation from the last Green Goblin that came out. The head sculpt looks the same, but what's going on?
I was zooming in.
Yeah, just leave it. It's fine. But yeah, it looks like it has updated articulation, butterfly joints, butters. And what's huge, I'm really glad they added this because this was most people's biggest gripe on that No Way Home Green Goblin was that he didn't have ankle swivels. So it was hard to get him positioned, ankle cuts, I should say. It was hard to get him positioned on that glider without looking a little funky. So I'm really glad that they listened to the fans on this one and added those ankle swivels, ankle
That
cuts.
seems like a really big omission.
Yeah, oh yeah, huge.
Yeah.
That was everyone's biggest gripe was that it didn't have those ankle cuts. But I'm glad they added them. This is going to be 1,000% a pickup for me. I can't wait for this guy.
Yeah. I missed out on the No Way Home version. I didn't pre-order them, and then I was like, I'll pick them up when he hits shelves. And then I never ended up finding. I never was able to find him. So
Yeah,
this one is definitely going to be.
I'm so upset, man. I lost the goggles that came with that Green Goblin. I have no idea where they went. It's such a little irritating thing. And then this is really cool.
In the box, if it wouldn't happen.
It's
Shut up.
collecting. Yeah, seriously. This is so another one that people are really excited about. A lot of people are asking for Beast from the X-Men 97 series, which is by far one of my favorite things that Marvel has done in the past, honestly, 10 years. I think this show is great. I can't wait for season 2. But deluxe version of Beast, he's going to come with alternate head. I think a couple hands and then some other accessories. But yeah, great release.
Yeah,
I'm
he
glad
looks
that they
awesome.
gave him. Oh yeah, I'm glad they gave a new body instead of reusing the old Beast sculpt because in the series he's got more of a smoother look to him. So I'm excited for this one. Definitely going to be picking him up.
I always like thinking of superheroes. That's a huge one for me. I loved X-Men growing up. Like I love anything with Wolverine, and I love Beast. He was always my favorite.
He's awesome. Did you watch X-Men 97?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, Brooke, you have to watch it. I'm telling you, it's one of the best things Marvel's done.
Is it animated?
Yeah,
That's probably why I haven't seen it. But
it's a continuation of the 90s X-Men series. Like it picks up right where it ended. It's a must watch. I love it.
Very cool. Well, he looks awesome.
Yeah, I think there was another one we left off. They're putting out Cypher. To be honest, I might get crapped on for not knowing who that is, but I have no idea who Cypher is, so I'm not going to be picking him up.
I have never heard of him either.
Me either.
Billy.
So yeah, those are the main. Do you know who Cypher is, Billy?
No.
He's an X-Men character.
Wow. Billy, I think that's the first Marvel character I think I've ever heard you not know about.
It can't be that important. Nah, that one beats me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who's Cypher?
Cypher.
Looks like Luke Skywalker.
Kind of does.
He has the ability to understand and speak any language.
It's pretty useful.
That's very useful, but
kind of a lame power.
Some people can do that without being a mutant, but that's all right. Neither here.
Yeah, those are the main reveals. Biggest drops. There's some other ones, but these are the ones we wanted to talk about the most. And then we could transition into our pickups for the week. And I think they're going to be light for most of us, but still excited to show what we got.
All right, so Mike, how about we start with your pickups, and I'll say off the bat, I don't have any pickups this week. So what do you got, Mike? I know I'm recovering from Fan Expo here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Self-control.
Okay, so for two of mine, or not way more than two of mine, but I have like a couple of pictures. I went on kind of a TVC kick after getting the Razor Crest, which is there.
Ooh, I like where you put it.
It's a great spot. It's a great display.
So I went a little wild with TVC figures. So the great thing about this is that all of these TVC figures, at least most of them, were like under $10.
Nice.
That's
So
awesome.
the ones that I got are Cobb Vanth. I got some of these I already had as well. So I got Cobb Vanth and Grief Karga and the Armorer for very, very cheap, which was awesome. And then I got the Blurg from Big Bad
nice.
Toy Store, which is
Nice.
really, really great. I love that thing. I have him here. I have Queel on him, which I also got.
Very
and then the rest of
cool.
them I actually had already, so I was set with that. But those are some of my pickups. Oh, there we go. And then all right, so when we went to see Mando and Grogu, we got those Cosbys, and I got Grogu, but like I still wanted a Mando and a Vader, so I was like, all right, I'll get 2 more, and maybe of the 2, I'll get one that I want, and I got both.
So lucky.
Literally the 2 that I wanted. I've never had.
Find them in
luck
store or order them?
No, Amazon.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
You're great.
The ones that they have in the store are they have them. They're just like a different weight. So.
Oh, okay.
And then I got the Micro Galaxy Squadron Vault N1.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
So these I usually get 2 of because the package is like a display piece by itself, and I like.
I was
to
gonna
get
say,
there,
is that
and
the
then-
packaging?
That's the packaging, and then this is the
That's
actual shit.
cool.
Nice. That's
So
cool.
the vault releases, like, they're a little bit more expensive than the ones in the store, but they're still like, it's like $30, which is not bad. But it's like a premium deco version of something that's already been released. So like, the inside of the cockpit has like really good detail and like painting in there. There's like a really nice wash on it. Some extra details like added to the engine. So these releases are always really cool.
That's cool.
So I got those, and then probably my favorite pickup, believe it or not, is definitely this one wins. Hang on, let me get it positioned.
I think you know what it is. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
so
this thing
tiny.
is shockingly good. Like, it's got limited posability because it's about an inch tall. But like the armor is removable. His head has like really good rotation. The paint on the head is fantastic. They fixed a major issue. So like older Grogu figures, which I don't think I actually do have one handy. No, I don't. Doesn't matter. Older Grogu figures, they used a ball joint. So whenever you moved the arm, it popped out.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
super easy. So it's like it was pointless to do anything with because you can't really move them. Now, I don't know what they're using here. Dropped. Sorry,
Oh,
buddy.
he's lost.
It's just like the eye booger from last week. I always drop stuff on camera. I don't know if you could see.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
the little
yeah.
hinges. Nice.
Yeah,
Good.
little hinge and swivel. So, that is on there. It's not moving. It's great. And then it also comes with his little fish with a bite out of it,
Aw, I love
and
that.
his little cookies.
Oh, I
How
love that.
fun.
And then there's actually like on the back of his little armor is his canteen that he fills up. So
Oh, nice.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna 3D print like a little mud hut, and I'm gonna like have a little display like with like some woods and stuff, and then like Mando's feet. Like I don't even need a Mando figure. So I actually my last pickup, I have a spare Mando figure because I needed one for parts, and I found it like on eBay for like $10. So I'm just gonna put his legs out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Set.
That's so fun.
But the last one, I it always bothered me that the Pagadon release of the Mandalorian for the Black Series, it didn't have a Beskar shoulder plate, and he had that when he first met Grogu.
Yeah.
Because he got that as a down payment from the client.
Yeah.
So we don't have the Mando that existed, like, that met Grogu, except for there was like an older release of it, but like it's a really bad figure. So anyway, I snagged an extra Mines of Mandalore Beskar Mandalorian and picked up another one of these guys on sale and popped off the arm and swapped the shoulder plates.
Nice. Good idea. That's it's a good kit bash to make the idea.
Yeah, which is also, this is actually the left shoulder plate on the other figure, because the other one has the Mudhorn, and he doesn't get the Mudhorn until the last episode of the season. So
smart.
Wow.
Nice. Good pick.
That's it for me.
Cool.
Sweet.
What about you, Andrew?
Cool. Yeah, let me turn off
Let me
my
make you
background
big.
here. All right, so only a few for this week, but I picked up the TVC Black Chrysanthemum. Mainly, I got him because I want to put him in the slave one from Book of Boba Fett. If you've ever messed around with that, the cockpit, it's really made to have 3 figures in it because it's on like a gyroscope. So when you tilt it down, the cockpit swings. But if you only have 1 figure in there, it's not super effective. So first of all, I got him mainly because for the cockpit, but also he's a cool figure and, another cool figure to have on the shelf. But yeah, I'm excited to have him in that cockpit. So I have,
Nice.
I have Boba, Black Chrysanthemum, and then, why can't I think of her name?
Fennec Shand.
Yeah, and Fennec Shand. So they look really cool in there. And he comes with a ton of accessories. This wasn't the SDC one. I got the regular one. He was on sale on Amazon, but comes with a ton of accessories, way more than the Black Series. Alternate hands, comes with a cup, little like lightning effects that like can go on his fist for the tasing fist. So cool little figure, good size, well built.
He's
I
such a cool
love
Wookiee.
him.
Yeah, it's a cool figure. Who doesn't love a badass Wookiee?
That's right. And he's one of them.
Yep. Second one I got, I found him actually on my toy hunt yesterday. So if you watch the toy hunt we uploaded recently, I found a new classified figure. So I haven't even really seen him online pop up yet or in stores, but this is Hit and Run. But this is a really, really cool classified figure. I haven't seen this gun. I think this is a new gun, and it's a really badass assault rifle. He comes with like a grappling hook, so I currently have him displayed hanging off my comic book shelf, so he looks really cool doing that. Comes with a cool pistol.
I love that.
Comes with a duffel bag that has a slot on it for this big-ass knife. And then he's got another slot on his wrist for a sheath for a little knife. You can see. And then his helmet. The helmet is removable, so you can pop the helmet off. I know I'm kind of out of screen right now, but the helmet can pop off. You can get his
That's cool.
Cool camo deco. Yeah, great sculpt.
There's a lot of detail.
For sure. It's classified line's phenomenal. And then goggles that go on top of the helmet.
Nice.
So that's that. And then lastly, the one that I'm most excited about, and I think a lot of people are, is the new core kids line of Mattel DC figures. So I was kind of crapping on collectors for picking this guy up, mainly because people are reviewing this figure and actually critiquing it as it's an adult collector's. Like I put a post on my account and talked about, the highlights of it, but I'm not going to talk about, the fact that it doesn't have ankles. Like, dude, it's a $12 kids toy.
It's
that
wild. That's $12.
Dude, it's insane.
Really good,
and it's got like, decent articulation, 90-degree bends on the arms, double jointed pinless elbows. The head's on a double ball peg. So gets really good movement on there. But yeah, I mean, and again, the main reason I wanted to pick this up was to get an idea of what Mattel's collector's DC line is. Same reason I picked up that Master of the Universe figure, but if this is what they're doing for their quote-unquote kids line, I mean, I can't even imagine how good the collector's line is going to be. It's like that head sculpt is just so nice looking.
Yeah, and the price is right too. My
great.
goodness.
Yeah, $13, and he came with the whole for the kid aspect of it, the funness. He came with some accessories that clip onto the back.
Nice.
And he's got a whole like weapons rack that they all come with. But yeah, I mean, really, dude, it's a fun figure. Looks great on the shelf. Good size too. He's about 6 inches. Like on the post I put on, shout out Life on Mars 23. Give me a follow. I compared him next to a bunch of other figures. So I put him up with some McFarlane Batman figures, some other Hasbro lines, Black Series, Marvel Legends. So yeah, cool figure.
That's a figure that's going to get some kid into collecting.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%.
I hope so,
and then
man.
they're going to be disappointed when they realize that that's the exception.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Nah, they'll love it.
Are set way too high to start.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I got for the week.
Cool.
Very
Sweet.
cool.
All right.
All right, that's
Billy
me.
and Brooke.
Me next. Brooke has
Really?
nothing.
I
She's slacking
really have nothing
Yep.
this week.
for being in no shelf control. She showed a lot of shelf
I showed
control.
a lot of shelf control.
All right,
for
so
you.
my first thing is not a toy in any meaning of the word, but I just had to talk for a few minutes about the Target X Pokemon drops and how crazy they are.
Why?
Yeah.
Like I wanted to just get like one of those Pokeball dodgeballs. Never in my
Nice.
life.
They were like kickball.
yeah,
Kickballs.
yeah, never in my life did I think some sunglasses and puzzles and kickballs would sell out at 7 a.m. But they did. They had nothing left. Like I talked to an employee and they were like, "Yeah, we had someone stocking the shelves and like preparing at like 3 in the morning. People were
Scalpers.
lining up outside of our Target at like 5 in the morning.
And then like half the aisle was already picked through. There really wasn't much left. And they still had an employee that had to like guard
it was
the
wild.
aisle
Like,
of the Pokemon
like you put
stuff.
Pokemon on anything, like it's disgustingly hard to get. But the one thing I did
But
pick
Billy
up
did get something.
was this this big Mew poster. I put it in
Oh,
the frame,
nice.
That's
but
great.
yeah, like it's pretty sweet. Like it was only $10, and it's kind of like a hard, thick poster.
It's a
Like
nice
it's
poster.
not like the what are those like trends or whatever? They're like I think like $15 and they're just paper. But this is like kind of like a hard card stock. It was actually really nice.
Yeah, it came flat. Like it was a nice.
But gonna put that up in the bedroom. Mew's the all-time favorite Pokemon of mine. I don't know if this counts as a weekly pickup because I pre-ordered it so long ago, but it came today and I am so amped. Probably when I'm editing this video, I'm gonna be making this guy. But the Rocket Raccoon Blockies
He
from,
looks
Nice.
from Rivals. I just love like the details they have in him. Like I didn't realize this, but there is. Let's see if I can hold that up. He has only one color for his eyes, but somehow he has eye movement.
Wow.
Figure out how that's gonna work. But that is I just love blockies. Like they're like a comfort thing lately.
Their
They're killing
blockies
it,
are
man.
so great. I put together that Mando. I haven't done Bo-Katan yet, but I did Mando, and like it's just dude. How can you not love it? It's
They're
like a
so
mini
cool.
import figure.
Yeah, I just did Venom the other night, and the amount that like they allow you to customize, like spinning his tongue, and like it's like kind of rubbery. Like they have the tendrils, like it's so much detail. And like you said, like there's so many. Like I love the new Mario Galaxy movie figures, but they're just purely like that Batman, like a kid's toy that look pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
Like they you could bend the legs and everything, but they don't like the joints don't hold the pose. As soon as like,
Dude.
they're too top heavy, like they're so annoying to pose. Blockies don't have that problem. They're so easy to move and maneuver, but they're thick.
And
like
then they stay.
Yeah, they hold. But my last pickup, super excited for this because they make Lego makes those Harry Potter like 12-inch minifigs, and they just released the Vader minifig.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first Star Wars upscaled minifig build.
I didn't even know they were making those. That's really cool.
Yeah, they did a few Harry Potter ones. Of course, they I think they're a little bit harder to get now, but they just released this on June 1st.
Yeah. And he comes with a huge cape too. Like I love the fact that he comes with
that's awesome.
And it's super smooth. Like they did a really nice job.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Yeah, I hope that this sells, and I hope it means we get more. I'd love to get a Luke, maybe an Anakin. Like that could truly be an endless line and a horrible rabbit hole for me to go down.
Yeah. Bad news.
It would be cool to display all of those.
So Lego, if you're listening, because I know you're like a huge fan of our podcast, please make more gigantic Star Wars minifigs. That's all I got. Just
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, some good pickups all around.
For sure.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah,
I think
with that, I think we'll wrap it up for the week.
Yep. We'll call it a night. So don't forget to like, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Share it with a friend. We're new, we're still building a following, and
we got
come back next time.
And there's some good movies coming out. Supergirl. We have more questions we're going to ask each other. You can keep getting to know us if you're interested. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.